If you guys have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. We'll take a look as we go along. Alright, so first, we have a few armor sets that are coming in here. Let's take a look at the armor sets that are coming in. These are all on the PTS form if you want to look at their abilities in innumerable ways, etc. But currently, I'm just going to use some of these sets here and take a look at some of the styles that we have here. Namely, the new style here with Welkinar. I don't really think that the new set here, Ancient Elf, is... Or we already have Ancient Elf stuff on it as it is here. It's just the look that they give to some of these here. And also Ebon Shadow, which we have with the other set there, Clockwork City. So, part of that is that. But Welkinar is the new set here. Oh, and Psijic Order. We get one set of it here. We don't necessarily get the other look of it. But this is just a first look at some stuff anyways. I don't think being I don't think the being drained is a big problem. Okay. Folks who are probably watching this on YouTube, because we're probably doing highlights on this afterward. We do this live on Twitch. If you have questions or anything like that, pop into the stream sometime. We can answer them. Okay, so this set here is a Griffin's helmet, and basically it's weapon critical, weapon damage. After dealing direct damage, gain minor force and minor expedition for 3 seconds. Increase your critical damage and your movement speed by 10%. Alright, nothing big there, nothing major there, really. It's a guaranteed to go off, so it's basically... It's almost similar to Slimecraw, and it's a guaranteed, so it's not that bad. Don't know if it's going to be terrific compared to other sets, though. Alright, next set here. Let's just go in order here. I have one set here that I have to remember that's pulled in only in one area. I might as well put the shield on this one here. I have some Briarheart stuff on here, but... Alright. So, this is the Heavy Welkinar, and this is a Gelwin's Perfect Helm. These now come in perfect and non-perfect, depending on how you do the trial. If you do hard mode, you get perfect. If you don't do hard mode, you don't get perfect. So this one here is health, healing, stamina recovery, and successful block, heal an ally within 15 meters for 3,000. This can occur every 2 seconds. Not the greatest heal in my opinion, but it could be also combined with other things like comes out with the new DLC dungeons here. I just thought of it. Earthcore could be combined with that, or Troll King, which also gives heals. But the issue with proc sets, heal sets, anything like that is they don't crit, so you don't really get a huge benefit on that. But in the meantime, let's take a look at some of the items that come with this here. Is that standard one-hand axe? Yep. Alright. The wings on this is kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of Briarheart in the way it's used. Pretty good shield. Axe. Yeah, it's a Griffin axe. It's pretty nice. Purple battle axe. Let's take a look at that. Yep. It's gonna cleave some people. Perfect axe. Perfect bow. Look at that. I'll only take a look at the weapon sets for, or the look for these weapon sets here, because they're all going to be the same. But it's kind of cool. This one looks like it has wings on the side here. Let me move the camera here a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Apologize for the folks that deal with that. And let's fix that up a little bit. Sorry, we're doing this live here, so some of the things here might be a little bit off, but let's change the horizontal position. Oh, vertical position? No, that was right. Yeah, let's change that way over there. That way it comes in there. It's much better in focus here. There you go. And let's just go back to the battle axe here just to show it real quick. That way you can either see because I'm blocking everything that we see here. I shouldn't say that, but whatever. It's a winged kitty. Alright, let's see. What's the other items here? Perfected dagger. And, where's the sword? This perfect mace, maybe? Yeah, let's just put the mace and dagger together. Oh, no. Bastard. There we go. Dagger and the mace. Pretty badass mace. And perfect greatsword. Oh, that's pretty awesome right there. That thing is huge, and the hilt on it. Look at that. A nice designs on the interior on that. All right, perfect ice staff. We don't need to look at all the staffs here, but not bad. Perfect maul. Well, that's a club. All right, jeez. And perfect sword. Yep, just a shorter version of the great sword, right between the dagger, and has a nice little inlay to it too, so it's not bad. Anyway, that's a Gaelwyn stuff here. All right, the gloom stuff, ebb and shadow. So I'm not gonna, you know, we can just put it on just to show it off, I guess, but. It's going to look very familiar because we already saw it in Clockwork City. But anyways, Gloom Shadow. Health taken, health. And when you take damage from a single target or ability, 10% chance to become a living shadow, causing your light and heavy attacks to be to heal you for 3,320, and gain minor evasion for 5 seconds, increasing your dodge chance for 15%. So this might work out with some of the other sets we're going to take a look at later with crafted sets. There's one set in there that heals you with evasion. However, the heals on this isn't really that great in my opinion. I think a lot of people were already concerned with it, thinking they're going to be having like huge dodge builds that are going to heal each other up for 1,000%. But honestly, like the 3,000, 4,000 heals, most people crit that away with just one hit. So it's negating one hit on top of everything else. Not that major, really, in my opinion. But other people may have other opinions. So, kind of is what it is. Griffins, we already started, took a look at this earlier. This is Ancient Elf, but again, critical, weapon damage, direct damage gives that little effect there. So next is the light armor here, Welkinar. I'll put the robe on here. There's a jerkin as well. So this is the robe to start off with in the Welkinar set here. Again, the wings. The wings make it like all the more like flighty. Combining this with Ebb and Shadow would be kind of cool, I think, too. Because then you had like the black wings on the back, and then some of the Ebb and Shadow like bird stuff on it. That's the jerkin. And now this set here, Magic Recovery, Magicka. Ground-based abilities, cast, apply Healing Circle on the ground, which heals you and allies in the circle for 1,000 health every 1 second for 5 seconds. So 5,000 heal, concur every 5 seconds. So this is an interesting set. I don't know if it's going to be best in slot, but it's definitely something to take in, because it's going to add healing on top of everything. It can stay up. The uptime is just however often you cast your abilities down to it, and it makes other abilities, you can augment on other abilities to either use damage abilities or heal other healing abilities to give more heals, or make it give a heal, like Purifying Ritual, for example. Like, they don't have to activate it just to get a heal out of it. Now they just get it because of this ability coming into it. Yeah, and it doesn't say a range to it either. So I could basically use this with whatever ground-based ability I wanted to. I could use this with, just like, I think anything really. Let's take a look at some of the unused lines here. Like, let's go Undaunted here, and let's say you use Trapping Webs, or let's say you go Fighter's Guild and you use Circle Protection. That now becomes a heal because of this set. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, but it also probably matches the other thing too. You could have probably even put on something like Siege Shield. That's probably going to be something that would activate it. Oh, I know something. Here. Caltrops. Yeah. So Caltrops makes that a healing circle. Actually, though, it's surprising. Look at that. Here's a healing circle, but here's the AoE range of it. Like, it doesn't match that. So, they kind of missed to mention that, but it's interesting. So it's one ability stacked onto another ability. Interesting, anyways. Finally, it's a medium Welkinar set here with the Requin's Arm Cops. But I'm butchering that name there. Oh, and there's another set here too that I'm missing. It's further down here. Yeah, that set there. But yeah, let's put this on here real quick. Medium. Looking for the. There's mediums. What do I have? Oh. God damn it. I managed to... Okay, I pulled out 2 Requiems for whatever reason, so... It is what it is. But anyways, Requinar's helmet here. Critical, stamina recovery, weapon critical. And number 5 piece. When you land a critical light or heavy attack on an enemy, you have 50% chance to curse them with harmful winds, dealing 1,311 physical damage to them and nearby enemies 1 second for 5 seconds. So basically, it's going to be 15 or 5,000 plus 3, 15. A 7,500 dot for 5 seconds. Well, it doesn't have, it has a cooldown, so I don't know if it can occur multiple times. We could test that out real quick just to see. But I don't see it as being a great thing. Again, proc sets are kind of meh right now in the current meta because they don't crit and they don't do any more damage than what's stated. They did that primarily because PvP, people were one-shotting people who crit builds when proc sets were going over like 3 times in a row. This is interesting, I'll say. I'm not sure if it's going to be great or not because, again, there's nothing really that great, in my opinion, here. Difference between the perfect and the non-perfect. A little bit more damage right now. Not really anything difference on stats. So, you know, 1311 versus 1376 isn't a huge jump to me, at least. Not something that's going to make it best in slot or not. So that's me, anyways. But the medium armor set to it, again. Wings. Kind of nice. Again, I would like to see this combined. Like, I just want the motif itself to combine with, like, Ebon Shadow or something. Because I think that would make an awesome, like, crow-like character. And just to say I tried this.
I dare say.
Is he gonna have proc? Come on.
I'm not a guard factotum, you know.
Assuming this means it's procced here, right? Nope, that's Briar Heart going off right now. So I critted.
Why, I never.
There it goes.
I'm not configured for combat.
Doesn't seem to proc that much. Again, it can only go over medium and heavy attacks here.
This is not what I was built for. I can feel pain, you know.
Come on. Come on, you can hit him more. There it goes off again. Again, low chance. Not sure if this is going to be great. This is a trial set too, so hopefully you're going to buff some of these up. I think some of the other trial sets are still going to be better than this, because the other trial sets have things like Major Slayer, which increases your damage to bosses overall. You just can see my DPS here is horrible. Just trying to light attack on this, trying to proc this off. But, I mean, maybe it'll be good, maybe bad, I don't know. Guess and tell me on the forums if I'm wrong and just thinking wrongly about it. Anyway. Other set here, one of the final, one of the other trial sets here. This is Welkinar again, so I'm not going to bother putting it on. But this is the healer set, I believe. No, wait, this is the damage set. Spell damage, critical, maximum magicka. When you deal direct damage to a single target, you create a ring of fire beneath them for 1 second, and the ring ignites within, creating 2,440 flame damage every 1 second for 5 seconds. Effect can occur every 10 seconds. I feel like this is the same, right? Don't you feel this is the same? Like this is almost the same ability here, right? But why is it so much more shit? It's us, like, don't do this to me. What the fuck? Seriously, look at it. Look at the difference here. We're looking at, like, okay, critical on light or heavy attacks. You get 15% chance to curse some harmful winds to do 1,300 physical damage to them and any nearby enemies for 1 for every 5 seconds. It doesn't say there's a cooldown, but I'm kind of thinking there might have been a cooldown because it was taking a long time for that thing to proc. You take a look at the magic-based one here. You have a guaranteed chance that as soon as you do it, direct damage. You deal sealing target ability, creating a ring of fire beneath them after 1 second. The fire ignites to any enemies within it and does 2,000 damage for 5 seconds. So yeah, it's 6 seconds to tick, but I mean it's good uptime and it's more damage. It's double the damage that you get with the set that's like right on the top of their feet. Assuming that there's a cooldown. If there's no cooldown to the medium set, maybe that's better because you could light or heavy attack something else. But again, the proc chance on it being so low, like the uptime is horrible on it either way. Like you might as well have the guaranteed with the 10 seconds on it, right? That's my opinion, guys. It's vastly more superior for the magicka build. And on top of that, the magicka build could just sit back and do their abilities. The melee has to be up front personal trying to do their stuff. Well, unless they're a bow build. But, I mean, bow is so, like, back bar as it is that, you know, any bow ability that you would do is, like, you have a ground target ability, which wouldn't proc it. You have caltrops, which wouldn't proc it. You'd use poison injection, which might proc it. Then you swap your bow over to your melee to do your max damage. Unless you're maybe a warden and you have the bird. But wait, no, wait. Sorry, what am I even talking about here? The jack here only works on criticals with light and heavy attacks. So it's your weave that would do the damage. The jerkin, the shoryons, procs no matter what ability you use. I don't understand the decision. Like, did somebody Did somebody like look at these two sets, compare them, and say that, yeah, this looks equal? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe a builder will be able to tell me why this is a bit better or why this is equal. This honestly does not make sense to me. I mean, even the stats. I mean, you get critical, stamina recovery, critical. You don't get any weapon damage. You don't get any stamina on the stamina-based one. On the right-hand side, though, you get spell damage, spell critical, and magicka. All of which will help you. The spell recovery over, or the stamina recovery over on the left there doesn't help, especially if you're doing heavy attack builds. And you're trying to do the most damage. Plus, you're doing lighter heavy attacks with it to proc it, right? So, why? Why? Sorry, this set just boggles my mind because these are both from the same set. These are both from the same trial. Magicka versus, or sorry, your stamina versus your magicka build. And I can't understand the difference between the tweaking on this. This has got to be tweaked before the release. But how? Like, how do they make this equal? I don't know. Like, honestly, the medium should be stronger, much stronger, in my opinion. Because again, medium builds have to go toe-to-toe with enemies. You take a look at a magicka build, they can sit back and do their stuff. Alright, let's get it out of this like rant of mine and get ourselves into the next stuff here. Vanis is the last set here that we're looking at. Magicka recovery, magicka. And this is overall set, by the way. And it's Psijic order, by the way, too. After landing a fully charged heavy attack, gain major mending for 3 seconds. This increases healing done by 25%. This duration is increased. Each rank of restoration staff power of essence drain when you use a restoration staff. So let's put this on real quick and take a look at it because it's Psijic order, and I want to take a look at Psijic order stuff. It's going to ask me to bind each one of these here. That's fine. Alright, so this is Psijic order stuff here. Nope, ignore that shield there. That's not Psijic order stuff. Actually, we do have Psijic order weapons in this one here, too. Can show off that. Oh, wait, is it Psijic order? Yeah, it is Psijic order. That is a Psijic order shield there. Look at that. It's got the eye and everything. The dagger is not. So that's Briar Heart still. Oh, it's got the little cowl type thing to it. Eye in the middle. Kind of cool there. Let's take a look at the jerkin version. It's still kind of long. Can't really see the pants that well. Yeah, let's take off the... Let's get nude for a little bit here. Oh, wait, that is the pants. The pants come down kind of weird there, like that. But alright, I can get behind it. And look, they even remembered the little ear tuft thing there. How you doing, Skull? Yep. We're looking at sets right now. And looks and set and all that other stuff there. So, that's that. Let's take a look at some of the items that come with this here. Griffin, nope, Vanis, axe. Yeah, that's fine. We wanna take a look at this here. So Psijic order axe. Ooh, has the eye in it and everything. Battle axe. It's kind of nice. Bow. How do they put the eye in this here? Kind of lackluster. I don't really know. Like the two balls at the middle there don't really seem to do much for me, but that's me. Vanis dagger and Vanis mace. Sure, get both of them in. Ooh. That's like a double blade there. That's kind of cool. The mace is kind of like slim, isn't it? It's more like a wand than anything else. This is the great sword here. Oh yeah, that's nice too. Look at that. Look at that double blade. I will probably make a thing for that. I will definitely want to make a motif for this. Look at that double blade there. I mean, make an outfit, not a motif. Inferno staff. Kind of cool, but I was expecting to have a little bit more, like, magic flair to it, being that it's a Psijic Order stuff to it. Like, maybe a bit of a glow. I mean, honestly, it's Psijic Order, right? So it should be, like, magical and all that. Mace isn't bad. Or, sorry, not the mace. The maul isn't bad. Finally, the sword. Not bad. Really liking the great sword though, preferred to anything else on these type of swords. Anyway, that's the drop sets there for this as well. Before I forget, let's get the Briarheart stuff back on. Because we might want to go out and explore stuff later. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and put the Griffin stuff back on. There, we'll put that on. Next, oh. Since I have it opened up here and all that stuff. We have the patch notes right here. But, just to go over the crafted sets here, because I'm too lazy to go off and do it myself. Adept Rider. Spell resistance, physical resistance, health, and when mounted, you gain major evasion. Increasing your dodge chance by 50%. When you dismount, spawn a dust cloud on your position for 12 seconds that deals 1,436 physical damage every 1 second to enemies that stand within it. So, every 1 second for 12 seconds. So that's like... How much damage is that? Take a look. Because I can't do math. 1,436 times 12. 17k damage to anyone who stands in that long. While you're in it, also your group members get major evasion and dust cloud every 12 seconds. Don't know if that's going to be good or bad, really. Does it stack, is my question. If that stacks, you can just make a PvP warband that's just like riders. Like Riders of the Storm or something like that. That like whenever they did, like they just ride up into a group and dismount and it instantly start like spamming these gas clouds on top of them. If it doesn't stack, of course, though, it probably isn't that great, to be honest. All right, slowed semblance, magicka, stamina, spell damage, weapon damage. Damage an enemy has 10% chance to have a leeching shadow, dealing 853 oblivion damage every 1 second for 6 seconds. Effect to concur every 6 seconds. Now, I said before, product sets aren't that great, but this might be an okay set here, simply because it's oblivion damage. If you don't know what oblivion damage is, basically ignores all defenses. So, you know, despite the fact that it doesn't crit, still it does direct damage to people. For a good... how much is this? Come on. Come on up. 853 times 6. 5,000 damage. Alright, so it's not that bad. Be interesting to see. Nocturnal's favorite. Now, I see a lot of people posting on this. It's going to be a new heal meta for like all roll dodging tank, or like all roll dodgers and all that stuff. But honestly, take a look at the stats to ask yourself, is it really going to be that great? First, stamina recovery, health, and health. Compare it over to something like Eternal Hunt. Eternal Hunt works off a lot better because it actually gives stamina and more weapon damage and like stats for that. Is it weapon damage or stamina? It's one or the other. But either way, it doesn't give health to it. So the double health stack isn't really helping that much. Then, whenever you successfully dodge, heal yourself for 4,000. It occurs every 2 seconds. So it's not like one guy dodges like 5 people and then instantly gets 4,000 for each dodge. He gets 4,000 for one of those dodges. And then he's got to wait another 2 seconds dodging something else to get it. It's not going to be a meta, in my opinion. Unless, for some reason, DOS messed up the code, it makes it healing every time you dodge. That would be ridiculous. But this, with the cooldown, it's not going to be that great, in my opinion. So, anyway, that's the sets, and that's some of the new looks here coming in. I'm interested to see what Psijic Order Heavy and Medium is. Currently, they don't have the sets for those, and I don't feel like going off and grinding the motif for it, even though I'm on the PTS. But hey, we'll have a look at more stuff here a little bit later. This is just a first look at it for me. Hope you enjoyed. Meow, meow, meow.